I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From Mason City to your hometown, we've got the information you need. Turn us on at home, work, and in the car. AM 1300 KGLO.
AM 1300 KGLO, streaming live online at kgloam.com as we move along here on this morning. And, we're going to talk about a great event that happened just a little bit over a week ago at the Surf Ballroom in Clear Lake. John Derryberry, the executive director of 43 North Iowa, joins us. And Dancing for the Dream was a great success for you.
Yeah, we raised over $200,000. We sold all the tickets that we allotted for the event. The community came out in full force. Crowd was awesome. We couldn't have, dialed up a better night if we would have predicted what was going to happen in the office.
Before we dive into, the event and all the big fundraising and everything, let's remind people, there's always new people listening to the radio station. Remind us what 43 North Iowa is.
Yeah, so 43 North Iowa is a nonprofit that assists people with disabilities with their living situation, with their employment situation, with their accessing the community. And then also we have expanded pretty heavily into mental health crisis services in partnership with the police department, City of Mason City, and Prairie Ridge and public health. And so if you have a disability, you probably fit somewhere in 43 North Iowa and we can help.
Now, we were talking about this before we went on the air here a little bit. Some people may remember it was two different organizations that's merged into one, correct?
Yeah, it was NIVIC, which was about 50 years before it merged, right. North Iowa Vocational Center, and then it was the North Iowa Transition Center, which had been open about 40 years. Now, the cool thing about that is both of those nonprofits were opened by parents who were concerned about the future of their child's lives, right? Nothing cooler than a parent being that dedicated to their child to be like, we're going to make sure even though you have a disability, you have access. And so it's got a really cool history. It's got a really cool, starting point, origin, and it is really grown into something that is the part of the fabric of North Iowa.
And, there's been a lot of things that have been going on, especially that new building that's downtown that, how long has that been open now?
We opened in last November.
Okay.
And we went from a 12-bed facility to a 15-bed facility, serving, local folks experiencing mental health disabilities. And the great thing about that is that that's a step-down program from inpatient. And that gives people access to the community, but it keeps the community safe because we're staffed 24/7, right? So it is the perfect marriage of community integration, but also community safety, which always matters when you're doing social work. You want to have safe people in the community, and so our clients, the majority of them are awesome, but it's good to have staff 24/7.
It was amazing what your organization is able to do with that building, having been in the old Globe Gazette building. Downtown off and on for a number of years, and just to see, walked in that building and it was not recognizable. It was great to walk through and see all the transformations of that building, and obviously very positive transformations of that building.
Yeah, from a community standpoint, we have a downtown building, a large one that's being used again, right? Which, right. Fights against crime, fights against, homelessness. Having buildings in use in your downtown area boosts the local economy, makes it safer. And it was a great transformation. We love being at the Globe Gazette. We still call it the Globe Gazette.
Yep.
Always it'll probably be called the Globe Gazette. But now instead of helping people with the news, it's helping people with their mental health.
Well, this the Dancing for the Dream event, over $200,000, which is a record.
It is a big record. We knew we were doing well leading up to it, and we thought that we would break last year's record, which was 143. But man, did we blow by that 143 mark and into a whole new ball game on Saturday night.
Well, that was we had a few of the couples or dancing couples in here to preview what they were going to do and talk about some of their fundraising efforts. And I think that was something that was maybe different, or at least it was more prominently advertised that these dancers were going out and doing some unique fundraising things before.
Yeah, they were.
Because I know, on a couple of examples, both the Clappericks, who were the big winners, Grace and Ben, and Stacy, Dawn, and Amy Hogue. on the same day they had fundraisers at local establishments to help fill their coffers. And I know we had, a couple of others that we've had in there, Brian Pauly and some of the others. They were doing events that were above and beyond to get that fundraising done.
Yeah, they were. I mean, the dancers this year, all of them were so into it and got on board with our mission and hosting events. The money is great, but think about how many more people know about what we do now just because of the events that they hosted. You have the night of, but then you have the 3 months of them, advocating for us in the community nonstop. They did an amazing job. We had an amazing group of dancers. They were full bore into it. And that always makes the night more fun and exciting. And we talk to our staff all the time, and people say, social work can be fun. It can be exciting. We can have a good time and still raise money. It doesn't have to be, the In the Arms of an Angel song in the background all the time. And so it's a really, really good example of we can have a real good time and people can do a lot of fun, and we can raise money.
And, this year there were the addition of different categories that the dance teams could be recognized for, right?
Yeah. So Teresa Price, our fund developer, she's awesome.
Yes.
And she had said, she goes, 8 people dance and 1 person walks out with the crystal ball for raising the most money. And she goes, I want to introduce 3rd place and 2nd place. And I want to pick an actual overall dance winner. And I was like, I think that's great. I think it adds to the night and to the competition. And so, she has injected some new life into an event that is going on for 17 years. And that's what you have to do to be successful, right? You got to kind of reinvent some events. And she has done an amazing job reinventing Dancing for the Dream.
And we should congratulate once again the Mirrorball Trophy, which was the raising the most money, went to the Clapricks. And that not only that they were at the sports page, like I was talking about that one day, but they were doing, if I remember talking with Ben, they were like putting flamingos in people's yards. And kind of forcing, no, I shouldn't say forcing because that's not the right word, but making them contribute or helping them give a reason to contribute.
Yeah,
I'll put it that way.
We call it voluntold in the nonprofit world.
Okay.
They were voluntold into donating.
Thank you for adding that to my vocabulary.
They would put a flamingo in somebody's yard, and that meant you had to donate,
right?
And then you had to pass that off to somebody else. And so the flamingo was going around town into other people's yards. And again, just a great, unique idea. And it wasn't much, I think $25 if you got the flamingo. And you learn a little bit about 43 North Iowa. They raise a little bit of money for their team. And again, overall, all of this money goes to gap funding for people needing some assistance.
Yeah. Maybe talk a little bit more about, funding. Obviously, we talk about funding nonprofits, and it's an interesting atmosphere, I guess, right now for the nonprofit world, right?
Yeah. So, federal government and state government are kind of doing an audit, right, on nonprofits. How much should we be supporting these types of services? 43 North Iowa is okay with the federal government and the state government being like, look, we want to make sure we're spending our money wisely. But anytime you go through an audit and stuff like that, they do find some money that they need to pull back, which makes the system a little bit tighter. This fundraising efforts that we have allows the system to kind of stay where it is. And so we have some folks that are on the economic border of needing services or not needing services. And when they don't have services, they end up in inpatient psych, which costs the taxpayers a lot of money. They end up in trouble with law enforcement, which again, costs the taxpayer money. So this $200,000 goes to helping those people that are on the borderline of, I need services, but I might be working, so I no longer qualify. This keeps them in services for an extra 90 days, so we can do some extra work, or an extra 6 months. So it is important when people are questioning the need and how we're spending our money to donate and help nonprofits kind of navigate that.
What else? Just to put a cap on the event. Obviously, once again, sell out. A great thing, which I'm not sure if that's happened in the past or not, but I just kind of give us a wrap up on that event, because obviously there were a lot of people that also went to the event as well, and and contributed that way.
Yeah. So, I mean, we had silent auction items that went for more than have ever gone before. We had a live auction. One item, I think it was the solar panels, went for $6,000.
Wow.
So just the generosity of the night. We did sell out. And we can probably fit more people. And we'll try to do that next year. But the other thing we want to be conscious of, like, if we sell those back seats in the Surf, the back booths, is that a good view, and what should those ticket price be? So we sold out of what we felt we could handle for the night as a nonprofit. It'll probably grow next year, but we've never had over 600 people in the building. And the worst thing we wanted to do was to pack 800 in there and not have enough food, not have enough staff, and those types of things. So yeah, we sold out. It was amazing. 632 tickets sold. I probably had 40 staff in there volunteering. So close to 700 people came together to not just raise money for people with disability, but to celebrate people with disability. Clients are in the building. People with mental health are in the building. Down syndrome, intellectual disability, dancing, rubbing elbows with, folks that run major corporations here in Mason City. So it's just a wonderful night of mixing populations. And, we got some great supporters, and Tim Dwight and I and a client threw a lip sync on at the end of the night to bring the house down. And everything just went beautifully. It's what services should be. You leave feeling good. Clients leaving good. It is everything that is great about social work and why I work in this field.
Anything else you want to add about the event or 43 North Iowa in general before we let you go?
Just again, thank you to the community. A nonprofit is only as good as the community support they receive, and the community support that we're receiving for our mission is through the roof. And we can't be thankful enough that people trust us to operate in this community and donate to us. People work hard for their money, and to donate means something special. And so we just can't be. We're so thankful for the support that we get in this community. It's awesome. It's top notch. And I've done social work in a lot of towns in Iowa. I've never seen the support like this for an organization. And so it's something special about North Iowa, I guess, that they're coming out in droves to help us.
Well, we appreciate your leadership for 43 North Iowa, and appreciate everything your organization does.
Thank you.
And if people did not make the event, there's a video out, right?
There's a video out, and if the heartstrings pull you, we're always accepting donations. So
if they want to make donations, it's the easy way to do it.
43northiowa.org. It shows our program and everything, and kind of gives a good snapshot, and hopefully you'll think that we're worthy of your hard-earned money.
All right, John, appreciate it, and great event. Thanks again for putting it on. So
anytime.
All right. John Derryberry with 43 North Iowa here on your hometown news station, AM 1300 KGLO.